Yeah.
I'm like, what? It was bright, sunny.
It was raining
and raining.
when you drove here?
Yeah.
Must have been on your side of town.
It was.
I got 6 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I believe we have one more amendment to add to 8D, the Keller Bartman reimbursement request. I guess I need a motion for that amendment. Do I need a motion?
For amendment, to add to the agenda?
Yeah, add to the agenda, yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah. I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? Passes 3-0-0. Adoption of the agenda. That was it. Oh, okay, sorry. Number 3, minutes from May 20th, 2021. Review the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the May 20th city council.
Any further discussions? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 3-0-0. Accounts payable. Tina.
So I'm just gonna make a motion to approve the account payable in a little amount of $45,677.06. Not too much has come through this last billing cycle. So let me know if you have questions.
Second.
Any further discussions? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 3-0-0. Thanks, Tina. Public comments. Individuals may address the city council about any item of concern. Speakers must state their name and limit their remarks to 5 minutes. Per COVID, we've been trying to do requests, not in person, but I guess going forward, we'll have the requests come in person versus online, but I believe Brian has one.
Yep, I did receive an email from Jared Post. Dr. Post is the chiropractor down on the corner of 3rd Street and Main Street. He had a request from one of his senior citizen members for a handicap parking spot somewhere near his business. I walked down there and we do have a handicap spot on the opposite end of the block. But we don't have one painted on this end. So he's just, he was actually just inquiring to see if this person had gotten a hold of us and wanted to get something put on the agenda for an official request. I told him I would bring it forward tonight just to get a discussion going, maybe provide some direction on how to proceed. So I don't know how we feel about painting another handicap spot on that side of the block. I think we have one on each side of the Main Street. Is that?
Yeah, but they're both on the same end.
I think there's one on the west side of Main Street there by the old All in Stitches. Isn't there, Mike, one there on that block?
Or is it down, is it straight across from the one that's down by yours?
Yeah, it's on that next block. I walk by it every day, like in front of,
Before the bank?
no, right, it's on 3rd, but on the other side of 3rd. Going north on me.
Yeah.
North side of 3rd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Oh.
one there and then,
So then he has to take his life in his hands trying to cross
Trying to
Main
cross.
Street.
no, just 3rd Street.
3rd Street.
Oh, it's right in front of the laundromat?
Yeah. somewhere.
Oh, there is one in Longmont?
There is?
I believe so.
I think there's one just on the north side of 3rd Street.
Maybe that's where they all are.
I'm wondering if it wouldn't be a good idea to do it
Right
on the
north.
parking right around the corner
On 3rd Street?
on 3rd Street, you know, because I think it would be easier for older people to park that way.
Oh, at the
Then-
angle parking?
Yes,
To try to parallel park or?
on a daily basis, I see older people hitting cars, trying to park.
I'll do
That's
that.
somebody peanut. I also have that problem.
I'll drive a long ways to not have to parallel park, so.
I can't parallel park my new car. Um,
Can't parallel park that damn
It
truck.
does
too.
have driver assist, I've never tried it. Excuse me.
So the problem with going up the incline there, you know.
Right,
incline.
I don't know,
Incline.
yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not truly gonna be an accessible spot,
Right.
which I don't know if that matters a whole lot.
I don't know what would be better. I was just saying, maybe it'd be easier for them. They don't have to get out on Main Street. They don't have to try to parallel park.
Yep.
But it isn't flat there, you're right.
Yeah, if it was less slope, if it was flat there, that would make a lot of sense, but it's something we can look at. We'll just get the discussion going, and then I'll do a little more research on it, maybe put together a map out where we are, where we do have accessible parking down there. There's not a requirement, because it's not lots, there's no parking lot, so, accessible parking really is kind of up to us, what we want to put there, and we can call it accessible. It's not truly accessible because there's no access aisle and stuff like that, but maybe it would make sense to have one close to the chiropractor, go closer to the chiropractor, or maybe the one is close enough and it's just crossing the one street. So but anyway, just wanted to bring that forward tonight, and then we'll see if that person comes with a formal request for us. Otherwise, we can I can keep in contact with Jared as well. So
Okay.
I'm going to just bring one other thing that for public comments that a couple of people bring up to my attention. This might be more for Mike. The corner of nursing home would be 4th and Mill. It's hard to see, and they're parking in that yellow zone, but it's faded real bad. So that they park literally around that whole corner. I just had a couple of people say that it was tough to see. It's hard to see. You almost got to, and that's a goofy intersection anyway. So I don't know if we can paint that corner and then have police enforce that, but I know I've had a couple people complain that it's tough to see on that corner. So, and if, I don't know, I mean, I assume there's probably other spots, but that spot has been bad. And you live up that too, yeah, so yeah.
Especially if the larger vehicle in the corner, you really can't see.
and Mike, we do.
It's smart, but like you said, it's faded.
It's faded real bad too, so.
And we do that painting, right, at some point during the year. So it'll theoretically get done at some point. I don't know when it's scheduled or if we can move that up in the schedule to slap some yellow paint on there sooner than later.
Perfect. We'll close the public comments. Let's jump to new business, 8A, NLC Service Line Program Resolution. I believe Brian's going to start and then Ashley's going to give us the details.
Yes, yep. I spoke to Ashley a couple weeks ago about this optional program, service line protection program. Basically they offer a warranty to help people in case they have to tear out service lines and repair them. The homeowner is responsible for sewer lines up from the house to the main, and then for water lines from the house to the boulevard. Is that right, Mike? And so then this coverage, most insurance covered companies don't offer this type of coverage, but this one is backed by the National League of Cities. And so I asked Ashley to come in and talk to us about the program and then answer any questions. And Ashley, you'll have to tell us your last name because I don't know how to say it. So
It's no problem. It's Shaworski. It's a tough one. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for having me here this evening. I'm going to just go over the program a little bit for you all, and then I'm more than happy to answer any questions that everyone may have. As Brian said, our program, it is the National League of Cities Service Line Program. It's the only one that's endorsed by the National League of Cities, but also in Minnesota, we are members of the League of Minnesota Cities Business Leadership Council as well. The company, though, that I actually work for is called HomeServe, and we administer this program. And we are a Better Business Bureau business with an A+ rating, and we did win the Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics. So that is something, we're always proud of and are striving to maintain that high level of ethical standards while conducting business. But what our program really is designed to do is just to help address the public policy issue of aging infrastructure. We know that cities like yours all across the United States really do their part to either upgrade or maintain their public infrastructure, but there's only so much that you can do on the residents piece of these lines. So that's really why The National League of Cities went out and did research. They wanted to make a program like ours readily and easily available to cities all across the United States. So they went out, did the research, and we were the company that they chose to provide the program. So what we would actually do is we would partner with your city to make our completely optional program available to the residents there. And we provide homeowners with protection on their external water or well lines, sewer or septic lines, and their in-home plumbing. And we always provide these services with a complete turnkey approach for the city, where we handle all the aspects. So we do the marketing, the billing, the claims management, and customer service. And there is absolutely no cost to the city if you choose to participate in our program. And the city would receive an incremental revenue stream for their participation as well. What I always think is the best benefit of our program is that it really just helps to raise awareness. Pretty much every city that I speak with, I normally do hear that same type of thing, that when a resident does have an issue on one of their external lines, a lot of times their first call is to someone there at the city. And then you're left not only using your time, but dollars to send someone out only to determine that the issue is actually on the resident's piece of that line. And then someone is left being that unfortunate bearer of bad news, explaining to the homeowner that these lines are not covered by the city or typically their homeowner's insurance. So that's really why I think of our program as a public awareness campaign, because all of the residents would receive a letter in the mail from us. And the beginning of that letter is purely educational. So that way, even if they don't enroll, at least in the future, they are well aware of exactly what their service line responsibility is, and that the city did try to take that proactive approach at helping to educate them of that. Also with our program, we do only use plumbers from your local community to do all of our repairs. And we do that for a lot of reasons, but mainly want to keep as much money there within your city's economy as possible. But also plumbers from your local area would be familiar with your codes and will make sure to do the work up to our standards as well as yours, which includes to get all of the proper permits for those repairs. And as for the important thing, what we actually cover with our program, so we do offer 3 completely separate and voluntary programs. A resident can choose to enroll in any of them, whatever combination, or absolutely none. We offer the external water line coverage, external sewer line coverage, and our in-home plumbing. Our 2 external products are really set up almost identically, where we begin to cover those lines wherever they become your resident's responsibility, all the way to where they would enter their home. So that way, if one of your homeowners were to be having an issue, whether it was a broken, a cracked, a leaking pipe, a tree root issue, a clog that needs cleared out, really anything that would impede the flow of their lines, as well as we do cover the thawing of frozen external water lines. We make it as easy as possible for that resident. If they do have an issue, they just make a quick call to us. We dispatch that plumber, and then the plumber would bill us for the service. But what the resident would receive for their coverage is up to $8,500 towards each and every repair incident. So that is something that greatly separates us from other companies out there, is that ours is always on a per incident basis. So we never have an annual or a lifetime limit, and we don't limit the number of incidents or claims that anyone can have. So again, that homeowner does receive up to $8,500 towards each and every incident. And that would include repairs to the public streets and sidewalks, as well as restoration to the site if we need to excavate. And we never have any type of service fee or deductible, because we don't want that $100 service fee to deter anyone from actually giving us a call and getting their issues taken care of. And in addition to those 2 external products, we do have the in-home plumbing, and that one was kind of developed by request of our current municipal partners, as it really was that missing piece of the puzzle. And that covers any of the water, sewer, or drain lines that are actually in the resident's home after the point of entry that may be broken or leaking. It also includes any lines that could be embedded under their slab or basement floor, and coverage for the repair of clogged toilets. And this one again is similar, where there is never any type of service fee or deductible, no annual or lifetime limit, never a limit on number of claims that anyone can have. And with the in-home, they receive up to $3,000 toward each and every incident. And we really come to find that when someone enrolls in any of these options, they are a little bit more proactive about getting their issues taken care of. Because everyone is always nervous to call that plumber, or a lot of times they don't know who to call. but now they know the cost of determining what their issue is and getting it taken care of is not coming out of their own pocket. And I know at the beginning I did mention a feature of our program is the revenue stream for the cities. So what the city would receive in return for their partnership with us is 50 cents per month per paid warranty contract. So essentially, if a homeowner did enroll in all three options, the water, the sewer, and the in-home plumbing, then the city would receive up to $1.50 per month per household. And we do pay that to you in the form of a revenue every January. A lot of our partners do different things with this. Obviously, anyone could do anything that they like, and some do just put it into the general fund. But we also do have some partners that will use it to help a resident that may be having trouble paying one of their utility bills from month to month. Some will use it for different types of programs they already have initiated there in your community. And we even do have a partner that uses it to go towards their annual fall festival. So it's really however you all see fit. And lastly, I know the big thing everyone wants to know is how we get the word out about this program. So we only ever market by direct mail. So the city would never have to worry about us calling door to door, anything like that. We typically have 3 mail campaigns in a calendar year, which are in the spring, the fall, and the winter. And the reason why we have those 3 campaigns is because we have the 3 products, and a lot of times we market them one at a time. But one nice thing is we never send anything out to a resident unless we have your city's review and approval prior. And that's really your involvement in the program is before we send anything out, we actually send you a copy of that letter for your review. Once we get the approval, we let you know the dates that we would be mailing those out. And if we don't receive the approval, we would not mail. So you all there at the city always have complete control on if and when something were to go out. And just to give you a quick idea of what that looks like, the beginning really is that educational piece, just letting a homeowner know exactly what their service line responsibility is. It has a little diagram so they know the portion of the line that we're talking about. But it is an introductory letter where the city would be helping to introduce the program to its homeowners. But it always states that we are a separate company as well as it's 100% optional for the resident. The letter that we do send out would include the city's either logo or letterhead. That way your homeowners know that this is the program you all are participating in. But the bottom of that has all of our information. Our logo, our phone number is the only number listed on that letter, so they call us with questions or to enroll. Same thing with our website. They can go there for lots of good information or enroll right on our website, or they return the letter directly to us. So if someone chooses to enroll in the program, all of that correspondence is directly between us and them. We know you all at the city have more than enough going on, so we do handle all the aspects. We do the marketing, the billing, the claims, and the customer service. I always just kind of think of our program, you're making it available, making a program available that otherwise would not be. It's always up to that homeowner, though, if they choose to take advantage of it. And just lastly, we do have over 1,000 municipal partners across the U.S. We have 32 in Minnesota, and I know I've rambled on to you all here this evening, so I'm sure you also may have some questions for me as well.
I have no questions.
I think it sounds like a great program. Thank you, Ashley, for presenting it because I know it's always.
Yeah, I'm glad I talked to Brian, was able to join this evening.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, thanks for coming to explain all that. I would have had a tough time explaining all that. You did a great job. Thank you.
So we do need a motion on a resolution 2021-10 if it's something we want to go forward with.
Why not?
For sure.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 3-0-0. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks for your time. Excited to work with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
8B, water tower cleaning. Mr. Olson.
Presented this to you at the last meeting, and I put the memo together with the actual quote. It's pretty straightforward. They have it's a soapy bleach application, low PSI application for the washing, and then they rinse it off when they're all done, and all the mildew and stuff fall off from that. I think this is a really good application for this. I mean, it'll work really good. we shouldn't lose any paint off of what they're doing it because of the low PSI that they're using. And I think that costs actually something pretty reasonable and stuff, so.
And I think the water tower will be there for a little while yet. Originally, we were gonna look at taking it down once we get the water looping in online and running for a year. We're not there yet for the water looping for one thing, and then we're still discussing the need for the water tower after the looping is in. And we want to take a little more time to kind of determine that. So it's a little bit of an investment, but it's going to be a little while yet, and I think it's worth it to try and clean that thing up. I've seen a few comments recently out there about it, and it is pretty dirty, so.
Do they hang from that and use a hose? I mean, how do they actually wash in that?
In on the ground.
Big bucket truck,
They got a really long nozzle.
super long hose.
I'm just gonna see if I can find, I don't think they hang from it. I'm not sure if
They just bring in a big lift or something?
Yeah, if they're able to get on top and just soak it down and that bleach and stuff would soak over top and, but I'll look into that a little bit. I thought I saw something.
Oh yeah, it says no cable hanging, no wheel baskets, no hanging apparatuses will be used. Oh, an aerial man lift.
Steve, we were right.
An aerial man lift to access tank surface working directly next to the tank with no attachments.
Perfect. Where'd you read all that? Okay.
First page, last paragraph.
You'd like a motion to
Please.
approve the cost of $6,900 for washing the water tower?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 3-0-0. Thanks, Mike. 8C, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, 3-2 liquor license. Kim.
Yeah, we have that. Dollar Tree is going to be coming on board. They'd like to sell 3-2 liquor. Unfortunately, their insurance coverage for their corporation doesn't line up with our insurance year, but we are suggesting approval, and then they will provide proof of insurance when their current policy expires, which will be, I believe, the end of September. So they'll be giving to us, because otherwise we couldn't work out where we could have the same year. But I think it won't be a problem if they don't comply. We have the police, so they can go out and take the license.
Ooh, that's a great question. Oh,
Quick Trip has
3-2
one.
for sure. I don't think there's any limit on those.
Quick Trip has one.
Do we have any limit? How many people can have them now?
That's up to the council.
There's no state.
Mhm.
No.
I'll make a motion to approve the Family Dollar Tree liquor 3-2 liquor license request.
Do you need a second?
Yeah, I do.
I guess that would be me.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Any further discussions? All in favor? Opposes? Passes 3-0-0. Thanks, Kim. 8D, Keller Bartman reimbursement requests. Brian, Kim, you want to go first, Kim?
You want,
Brian?
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I just needed her for backup on where the money's coming from to explain that. But yeah, per the developers agreement, when we negotiated with Keller Bartman, we agreed to waive the fees. It's in there as the fees, kind of a general term, which is, sack and whack and a number of things. Mr. Bartman wrote us a check for $122,590.28 for building permit fees, sack and whack, and all that stuff. The way the agreement works is we will reimburse that amount and subtract it off of the $198,700. I should back up and say we negotiated $198,700 as a maximum amount that we would pay for fees, and then some of the infrastructure, curb, blacktop, sidewalks, aprons, things like that. This $122,590.28 will be subtracted from the $198,700, and we'll do it as a reimbursement from the
municipal reserve fund, and we'll set it up as a due to, due from within the loan, so we keep track of that principal amount so that we know that it's when it's fully paid.
Yep, and that leaves a little over about 76, a little over 76,000 left, which will do the same way, I'm guessing. And it should be noted that through the life of the TIF term, we have administrative fees in there, and we will recoup $320,000. So it'll all come back. It'll just take a little while. So we just need approval to get a check made for them, and Andy will pick it up in the morning.
It'll be on the next account table, but we just need pre-approval before we can issue the check.
I'll make a motion to issue the check.
You second it, Tina. Thank you.
Okay.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 3-0-0. Thanks, Brian and Kim. Reports, Brian.
Yes, I am a member of the Minnesota City County Management Association, and they hold an annual conference in Duluth in September. And I'd like to attend that. It's a good place to do some in-person networking, which I haven't been able to do since I started. It's all been virtual, which is good. But the opportunity to actually sit around and talk to other administrators will be welcomed. So I just wanted to throw that out there that I'm looking at doing that in September. Update on the pool. I just walked out there today and spoke to the guys that are working out there. The sandblast, right now they are caulking the coping stones. The company that is going to be doing some, Mike, help me out. Is it caulk? No, it's sealing the backside of the coping stones. That's more caulking. They will be there tomorrow as well, and I think they're going to do that while they're sandblasting, either that or Monday. Long story short, we should be painting Monday afternoon, Tuesday, and then it's got to dry for a couple of days, hopefully filling later on next week. And then the guys out there told me that they were under the direction that it was going to be open no matter what on the 14th. Full of water and open. So I've been told that the whole time. Well, since we had to delay it a week because we lost most of a week to the rainstorms that just didn't stop. So yeah, we are sure hoping not to have to move swimming lessons, and I'm assured that it'll be open and running. So County Road 6, I believe they're going to start doing concrete on June 7th, starting at the top of the hill and then working down. So that's all I've got.
Thanks, Brian. Rockne? Thank you. Chief?
Nothing.
Kim? James? Mike?
We got our crack sealing done this week here. And they should be sealing within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we get that fixed. We got all our water main patches to fix. When Santa Barbara gets on the done, overlay project, and they're going to do our patches for the water main fix. So hopefully get that one fixed and get that patch done right away. That's all I have. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. The only thing I want to do is thank the VFW for the flags down the Covered Bridge Park, the program on Memorial Day, and the police department for assisting with that. They did a great job. It was a little nervous for me to run it or MC it, but I thought it went pretty well. So I just want to thank the VFW. That's all I got. Sarah? Tina? Meeting's adjourned.
I have a question for you.
For me?
Yeah. I had a guy, we got him on tape, come in and,
You want me to